It was a fitting way to cap off 2013 for Macklemore and Ryan Lewis performing in front of tens of millions of people on New Year's Rockin' Eve. These two guys from Seattle became the year's most improbable pop stars by rapping about unusual and highly personal topics. And true to form, when I sat down with them recently, they were bracingly candid.
Return to the Mac. Get 'em what it is, what it does, what it
Macklemore and Ryan Lewis had a wild run in 2013. Their records sold more than 1 million copies. The videos for Can't Hold Us
like the ceiling can't hold us.
and Thrift Shop had nearly 700 million views.
So damn grateful.
They're nominated for 7 Grammys. They just wrapped up a triumphant tour. And last night they played New Year's Rockin' Eve here on ABC.
The ice in the fringe, so damn frosty. People like,
damn, that's a cold-ass honky.
But right now, as they transition away from the screaming crowds and back to normal life, is when Macklemore, also known as Ben Haggerty, worries about relapsing into the substance abuse that has derailed him in the past.
For me, what is a temptation is coming home off of the road, which is why this time period is interesting.
So right now is kind of maximum.
This is
peril.
when it's happened before.
Really?
This is when I've fallen back before.
At its worst, drugs and alcohol landed him in the hospital and, in 2008, in rehab.
I just never had an off switch with it. From the first time that I ever drank alcohol, I got that warm feeling, I got that like losing my inhibition feeling, and I wanted another one. And then after that, I wonder what 6 was like. I wonder what 8 was like. 8's fun. What's 10 like?
How bad did it get for you?
Isolation, broke, depressed, no reason to really live.
Did it impact your working relationship?
Yeah, we didn't work for the first 3 years. And I think that was probably at the centerpiece.
Absolutely.
When Macklemore is healthy, his partnership with Ryan Lewis, who we met on MySpace 8 years ago, is extraordinarily productive.
I'm gonna pop some tags, only got $20 in my pocket.
They are an unlikely success story, a hip-hop group that rails against materialism, racism, and homophobia, and raps about substance abuse and Buddhist meditation, and went mainstream on their own with no record label. And their working relationship is more collaborative than many fans might realize. So are you throwing in lyrics sometimes?
No, I'm critiquing lyrics for sure. I think
Critiquing the hell out of my
critiquing the hell. I think I'm the first person to experience a new song for the first time.
I usually come up and my hands are shaking and I'm like, I got something. And then he's just like, this line. This is horrible.
Does he have a red pen?
You might as well. We should get you a red pen.
One song where Lewis weighed in heavily, Same Love, the band's ode to gay rights.
I might not be the same, but that's not important. No freedom till we're equal. Damn right I support it.
Same Love is so far outside of the range of the normal stuff we hear in a hip-hop song. So what possessed you to write it?
I was sent a story from my mom about a gay bullied kid who committed suicide, took his own life. And it started with me writing from the perspective of that kid, trying to take it on from his vantage point. And as usual, I kind of liked what I wrote, brought it into Ryan, and Ryan was like, you know what? Red marker. This isn't your story to tell. You have a story, you have a vantage point, but it's not this.
Good advice.
It's probably the best advice Ryan's ever given me about a song.
If I was gay, I would think hip-hop hates me.
That song, which takes a hard run at homophobia in the rap world, created some backlash. But it was nothing compared to what happened when Macklemore brought up Trayvon Martin on the American Music Awards.
And due to the fact that we are in Florida tonight accepting this award, I want to acknowledge Trayvon Martin and the hundreds and hundreds of kids each year that are dying due to racial profiling. The feedback from that, the hatred in the next 48 hours from that surpassed all the hatred in the last year from Same Love. The racism that came back from that via social media blew me away. It was an eye-opening experience to see where half of our country still is in terms of race issues in America.
How do you balance your desire to use your platform to advance causes you care about and the risk of coming off as preachy?
You scrutinize everything because you don't want to come across as preachy. No one wants to be preached to.
After hustling and scraping to make it for years, fame is sometimes trickier than they imagine. And it's not just about the response to their public pronouncements, it's also the lack of privacy and the exhaustion of the road. Macklemore says he sometimes has to check himself when he has a diva moment.
Be grateful, be happy, and enjoy this because it's not promised. Who knows where we're gonna be in a year, 2 years, 3 years. We're at this position now, and I don't wanna look back and be like, you had it all, and you weren't even present for it. You weren't able to enjoy it. I wanna be here, be now, and be grateful.
Go watch some behind the music. Check out MC Hammer, you know,
Yeah.
and you'll see how quickly it can go.
I'm wearing his jewelry.
You had
Just
me
kidding,
for a second.
Hammer.
You had me for a second.
What?